Yes.
Okay, thanks everybody. My name is Kelly Haynes, obviously from KAFL. I reside in the southern tier of New York State. I am a remote employee for KAFL, and I am one of the associates on the sales desk, along with my partner Juniper. Juniper, introduce yourself.
Good morning. I am Juniper Heller. I work with Kelly on the sales desk. I am in Pennsylvania, also remote. Yeah, welcome.
So today we're going to do a little long-term care, a very brief overview. And then we can set up time to do a little bit of a deeper dive with anyone who would like it. And then we're going to go over the agent portal and also KAFL.com really quick to show you how you have access to term quoting and the current annuity rates. So we can get started. So for long-term care, there are a couple of different options. Here in New York State, it's a little less broad, I guess, than elsewhere. So for traditional long-term care, we offer Mutual of Omaha, and I'll actually run you through what the quoting platform looks like for that and why when you might ask for a quote, we ask so many questions. It's because it's really important for us to have all those pieces or it doesn't make sense. That is the only traditional long-term care product that KAFL offers here in New York State. I believe there are only 3 still remaining. New York Life has one that is captive. Northwestern Mutual also has a captive one, and then Mutual of Omaha. We do work with a lot of, we have okay, let me try again. We have Nationwide that does a really nice hybrid product. So it blends that life component with cash value and long-term care. Those seem to be gaining a lot of popularity, especially with the crowd that is like 40 to 55. If they're looking at long-term care, they want to know it's multifaceted and it does more than just traditional long-term care. So it's a really good solution. Nationwide does a great product. It is an indemnity product. There are also riders on all of our GUL and most of our whole life products that you can get for long-term care, also called chronic illness, or I believe AIG calls it an AAS rider. So there are a few different options there. We also have long-term care options available on term. So a lot of people don't realize that that's an option. National Life actually offers a term rider for long-term care, which has been hugely successful in our crowd, I'll tell you. We have quite a few people that look in that direction. So I'm actually going to share with you what the Mutual of Omaha platform kind of looks like so that you can see why we ask what we ask. So Juniper, is it showing Mutual of Omaha? Okay, perfect. So here you're going to see state is pretty important. We will always ask if they are single or if they are with a partner. If they're with a partner, if they're both going to be insured or if this is one insured. Names are really super helpful. I know everyone likes to provide male age 65, but we do save all of the quotes we run. So a name helps us go back to it should you ever want some amendments to the quotes we have sent. And monthly benefit is going to be really important. How much coverage do they want every month? What kind of benefit are they looking for and the amount of years? The typical elimination is going to be 90 days, and then you can choose inflation. So you can say no inflation if they only want it for 10, 15, or 20 years, and then the percentage of inflation. So we will ask you if you do want inflation included. Automatic within this policy is 100% built in for assisted living and home health care. So you do have quite a few different options. Those are the main pieces that we're going to look for. We are sending along today to everyone who's on the webinar. Okay, it's not going to share. They have 2 different guides. There is a product guide, which is really, really good to go through all the different options as far as riders and what those look like. But I'm also going to send along the underwriting guide. A few of the things that are really important to know when we're looking at underwriting. And I'm going to open that up. is build will be important for underwriting, and also have they had any recent physical therapy? So those are a couple of questions that we always want to ask is any medication, which is typical for any policy, any physical therapy, and then height and weight. Build really does make a difference when it comes to long-term care. In the paperwork we're going to send along, Nationwide has a really, really good underwriting chart to use. You circle the different answers to the questions to really give you a feel as to the kind of questions you need to ask when talking to someone about long-term care. I know I just threw like some basics at you. They get really, really in depth. There are a lot of different options. And as you can see, there's a lot of variations and cogs to that wheel. What questions do we have? It's a quiet group today, Juniper. You guys are nice and quiet. Okay, so there's no questions. If you think of any, please reach out to Juniper or I. We're happy to set up a time to talk you through it, especially if we do quotes together. We always like to set up a time and just walk you through the comparisons and what they look like. Oh, so far so good. We got a thumbs up. Okay. The next piece I want to walk everyone through, and I'm going to share my screen. Juniper, for some reason, this does not move with me. Let me know.
Okay.
So this is KAFL.com. I hope all of you are already registered for KAFL.com. If not, you're able to go up here. You would log in and then register. So this site has just a ton of information on it. If you are familiar with it, you know just how much it has. So from here, if you go into life insurance, there are places such as term quotes. You can go in and actually run your own term quotes and take applications right from here. It will let you know if there is a paper app, it will link it. If there is a drop ticket, it will link it. If there's an e-app, you just click right through to it. So let's say we're looking at male client, can't not type, who is 65, New York State resident. I'm just throwing in some numbers here. 10 years at 150,000. They do offer even riders that you can add here. Otherwise, you're able to select a health profile. Now, if you put in height, weight, and tobacco, it does not run all carriers. So if you have a question based on height and weight as to where somebody will sit, you can run it here first to get what the rating will be, but then go back in and I would enter health class to really get a feel for all of the carriers. And so you'll see here, based on what we've put in, here are our quotes. We are able to click on any of these and it will give you a description of the product, conversion options, and what the underwriting requirements will be. You're also able to apply. So for Security Mutual, they have a paper app. William Penn will offer a drop ticket and a paper app. So you are able to go right into the application from here and get access to what you need to. So that's something I know a lot of folks just jump right on and take advantage of. You can see the term quote, right, Juniper? The quoting sheet. Okay. I'm going to attempt to go back to KAFL.com. Did it go back?
I don't know.
Okay, let me try again.
There it is. All right. Sorry, my mute wasn't working. I could not see the quoting sheet.
You could not. Well, that was a waste of everyone's time. Okay, let me try this again. Sometimes Zoom is wonderful and sometimes it makes you a little crazy, so I apologize. Can you see it now?
Yeah, now I see the quote request.
Okay. So again, if we fill this out with what we're looking for, this is a health profile I was speaking about that you might You can use it to to gauge what the health class would be, but you're not going to get all carriers coming up with that. So it's always better to enter health class. So this is where we go for that. And here are the riders. One thing that's important is on the child rider, if you decide to add that on, that covers all children under one rider, and it is per thousand. So when you click this, it'll say how many units. That's how many thousands of dollars of coverage do you want on the children. Just so you kind of know how that works. Juniper, let me know if it flips to the next screen. Did it come up with the quotes?
Yep.
Okay, good. So this is a quote sheet I was speaking of that you can actually click on the product and it will go through the description, conversion, and underwriting. And then if you click apply, you can go right into the next forms here. Sorry about that, everybody. I didn't realize it didn't share. The next piece of this that is really helpful for everyone, especially right now, with us being, with annuities being so hot. I'm going to try and share again. This just is not my day for this. Okay. We're back to KAFL.com. Under insurance, if you click annuities, did it move to where you can see annuity rate watch?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah. But you're not in the, it's still on the KAFL.com.
Okay, that's perfect. Can
It's
you now
moving.
see annuity rate watch? Okay.
Yes.
So this is annuity rate watch. This is what we actually log into to get quotes for you for annuities. When we run quotes, we typically run MIGAs. So SPIAs, we have another platform for, but for the fixed annuity rates, we're going to actually look at multi-year guaranteed annuities. Is it moving? Okay. So here you're able to filter the state. You're able to add the premium so that it will tell you what band you're in. We're going to try 25,000, whether it's qualified or non-qualified, and then the age of the applicant. You can also pick how many year guarantee you'd like to see. If you need ROP, if you're specific about not wanting MVA. So let's say we're looking for a 5-year product at $25,000. It'll actually give you all of the current rates. When you click on these, did it pull up the information sheet, Juniper?
Yep.
Okay. It will actually walk through all of the basic information, such as if there's an MVA, if RMDs are acceptable, the rating of the company, surrender charges, and whether or not there's that 30-day window. It will also go through withdrawal provisions. So this one will show you that there's a nursing home withdrawal provision, terminal illness, and obviously death benefit. It also will tell you if there are any withdrawals available. And then under the rate tab, you'll actually see if there is a rate change coming. Typically, if there's a rate change, there'll be another box there showing that the rate is going to change in what day, so that you know if you just have a window left in which to get that application in. Any questions on anything so far? So the quick overview of eApp. For e-applications, if you don't want to ask a lot of medical questions, you can look for drop ticket, and it will say on that term sheet if it's available. Let me get back there to show you exactly what I am talking about. So that I can show you exactly what I mean. Okay. So are you able to see the quote sheet back up again?
Yes.
So if you see accelerated underwriting eligible, that means that they're able to push it through. You'll have a really abbreviated application. I can't always guarantee that the e-app isn't going to ask a few medical questions, but I can say typically if you're able to do a drop ticket, which is this, and not all companies will offer it, that it does take, they actually call and go over a lot of the medical underwriting with the client. There are only, again, certain carriers that offer that drop ticket. But usually with accelerated underwriting, it's actually going to be pretty abbreviated application process. And if you decide to move forward with any of these, I'm happy to set up a one-on-one to kind of walk through that with you and really dive into it to go through which carriers do what. Is that helpful? And Jason, you had mentioned, can you go over the term rider? Do you want to explain what part of that you were looking for? Oh, long-term care. So it is not in this platform. If you want to see term with long-term care, it is only offered by National Life. That is something that unfortunately is not on this platform at this time. So Juniper or I need to run those quotes for you. And we can, you know, we're happy to run them so you can at least see them and get a feel for how they're laid out and how that works. So if you want to send us an email later, Jason, we're happy to get you a couple of quotes so you can take a look at it. Does that answer? Okay, perfect. Okay. Now we're going to attempt, it didn't go back to KAFL.com, did it, Juniper?
No.
Okay. We're just like in the share version of life here. The last thing we have to go over today, because I know we're trying to be really conscious of everyone's time, is KAFL.com, the agent portal. So as you're working through cases with KAFL, it's nice to kind of know where they sit as far as underwriting, if there are updates that have happened, what that all looks like. And so there is an advisor portal, and I can now share that, hopefully. Can you see the portal? Okay, so this is Agent Portal. This goes over cases. This is also where you'll start seeing commission statements for anything paid to you from KAFL, contracts, and opportunities. So we're just going to go through these tabs kind of quickly. So for cases, it'll actually go over any pending cases that you have. If there were any in here, I'd be able to click on them and actually see any underwriter updates as they're applied. So our underwriting team and our case management team, new business case management team actually puts all of the notes so that they're also shared in the portal. So you're able to see every step of the cases. Closed cases are just for here, they're test cases, but you can see how it would outline what the underwriting is, who the contacts are on them, the case information as far as a client, what they're after as far as their coverage. Commission statement, there isn't a dummy commission statement in there, unfortunately. For contracts, let's say that you're meeting with someone on a Saturday, you really need your producer number for a certain company. You're able to go right into contracts and your agent number will be listed. It will tell you whether or not that is active or inactive. And the other nice thing in here is opportunities. So anytime Juniper and I run a quote for you, it's put into our system and you're able to click and see what quotes are here, who they're for. And there will actually be a file here, an attachment in a PDF form, which will be the same thing we sent to you as your quote sheet. and you can go back in and download them. So again, if you're trying to look back through a few different cases, you're meeting with that client again a month after the quotes were sent, you're able to just log right into your portal and pull those quotes right up so that they're in front of you. This is just a huge time-saving tool for a lot of our advisors, especially if you have multiple cases going on at a time. It's really nice to know you can log in there, kind of see where the updates are, the last thing that was sent out on any pending cases, but also look through your current cases and see what's on the docket there. Any questions on the agent portal? Any questions at all for Juniper or I in general? I hope this was helpful to everyone. And if anyone needs more specific information on one topic or another, feel free to reach out to Juniper and I. We're always here to hop on a call or set up a Zoom to go through things. So we try to do these every month. We haven't decided what next month is going to be yet as far as our topic, but if anyone needs anything in the meantime, let us know. I guess that's it. I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for hopping on. Take care.
Thank you.